Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Only Trade to Win. Today we're going to talk about Tesla, and by the end of the show, I hope you'll be able to make that decision by yourself. If we look back all the way to the beginning of time when Tesla started trading as a public company on June of 2010, that stock was a $1 stock. For the first 3 years of trading, the stock did absolutely nothing. It stayed below $3 a share. Now, once we got into April of 2013, here was the first move. For the next 550 days, the stock went up almost 600%. Now, if we look at the price at point A and fast forwarded 5 years to point B, we notice that the price has not changed much, and that in May of 2019, it was exactly the same as it was in September of 2013. So basically 6 years of no returns. But after we get past point B, or after that August of 2019, magic happens and Tesla stock goes up 2,700% in the next 3 years. And then, of course, came the infamous drop of 2022 across the board for majority of stocks. It lost 74% of its value. It was not the only one. So this was nothing extraordinary. It was market-wide. And at today's price, it is 55% of its all-time high of $414 set back in November of 2021, up here where the point C is. So what we're going to do today is we're going to look in the fundamentals at each of these points, and then you'll be able to decide if you should buy or sell or hold your Tesla. I'm going to go ahead and remove this again. This is the rise from 2019 in 2021, 2,700%, and then from C to D is the decline of 74%. Then the price goes up here close to 300, and right now we are 55% from its all-time highs, point C. We're going to see what's going on with the stock structurally, and then we're going to go into fundamentals and see what we will find out. So point A, 2021, we talked about it. The stock makes all-time highs, then it pulls back to point B, makes a higher high, maintaining its upward trend, heads to point C, its all-time high, $414, its all-time high. Then it sells off to point D, making a higher low. It's higher than the point B, previous pullback, but then it goes only to point E, and here you see it in red because it makes a lower high. So here's our high, here's our higher low. It's higher than B, than the previous low, but we get our first lower high. So technically there is a warning in it. You can see that the stock is selling off here. We're breaking off here. There is a seller, then he comes lower, and then he comes here, and he really sells this stock to the point where we go to F, and the $415 stock becomes a $110 stock. In case of Tesla losing 74% in 450 days or so. Now, if we take point G, then it is our second lower high. E is lower than C, and these 1-2 intermediaries. And E is higher than the G, so we have a lower high. In other words, the sellers are coming in and they're more aggressive in selling. And if you take a closer look right here, we can put a trend line and really show that it is a downtrend. So again, we had an awesome stock that had unbelievable performance until point C. There is no question about it. This is a champion, this is a star, and this is an amazing company. Then we sell off from C to F, losing 74%. And now, after making consecutive lower lows and lower highs, and the fact that Tesla established its high for the past 52 weeks here back in July, and did not participate in the rally, lower high, while the broad Nasdaq 100 kept going straight up. So if we take a look at Tesla, speaking relative strength and relative weakness, Tesla is definitely relatively weak compared to the broad market. What that means is that every time there is weakness in the general market, normally the stocks that are laggers, they get sold first. And if a stock is relatively weak, every time the market turns around, people start selling it or even shorting it because it couldn't go up with the market, and everybody sees it. And people who trade and invest for a living, people who make and earn consistent living by investing and trading, they have this stock on their watch list, while some people are looking for an opportunity to buy as a long-term investment. For short-term trading purposes, this could be an opportunity to sell. And now I think we come to a real reason why I think providing buy or sell recommendations is a bad idea. You see, if we don't know the time frame or your investment, if we don't know whether it is an investment or a trade, how can we say that it is a good or bad value? Like, for example, let's say if we take Tesla, add a daily picture, and the daily picture we can see that in January of 2024, Tesla reported $25.16 billion in revenues. Now, if we go all the way to the left, 2021, back in January of 2021, Tesla reported $10.74 billion in earnings. So again, 10.74 and now 25.16. And 3 years ago, in January of 2021, Tesla's price at point A was about $290 share price. The revenues came in at $10.74 billion. And now when stock price is $188 a share, Tesla reported $25 billion, or 2.5 times more than when the price was $290. And when we're sitting at such a critical, pivotal point, I think the question should be posed a little bit differently. The price is at 108. So if Tesla was a good buy at $290, is it a good buy at 110, considering that it's earning 2.5 times more than it earned when the stock traded at $290? Or another good question for somebody who is investing in such a highly volatile stock as Tesla, maybe asking yourself, will Tesla have higher sales and profits in the future? And we're not talking about 2025. We're talking about 2030, 2040, 2050. And if you say, yes, I am buying this stock here because it's a good deal, then you have to be prepared for the stock to go and test that point F, the lows, which is 41% lower than it is right now. And all I'm saying that is that if you are prepared to hold the stock for the next 10, 20, 30 years, that if it does drop 50%, you just have to accept it as part of the business. It is the nature of the stock, and it is the nature of the company's CEO. Now, again, we're looking at a much bigger picture. And again, we know that from point A back in 2021 until the question mark, which is 2024, where we are right now, the sales for the company went up, and the revenues, it's up exactly 3 times. So if you believe the company will be able to do that in the future, then the short-term volatility should not make a difference for you. And every pullback like this is a good buying opportunity. It's a $400 stock that trades at 188 right now. When it goes down to 108, you'll know that it's a possibility, and you'll be ready, and you'll know what to do. But in any case, I hope this quick review helps you to look at the big picture and realize and actually make a decision for yourself on what you should do with Tesla stock. Until I see you next time, navigate with care.